Hello everyone, my name is Jules and I am a Notion specialist and a custom builder for Notion type of systems for businesses, individuals, professionals, and basically just for everyone. So the point of this video is actually to show you how I was able to create my own system using Notion. Now, it's not only Notion that we're going to focus on right now, but really the context of why we are choosing to use this software. So, to give you context about this video right here, the template that we have in screen, this is a program from Andrew Huberman. So, if you don't know who Andrew Huberman is, he hosts the podcast which is called the Huberman Lab. He is a neuroscientist with PhD in a lot of basically just with PhD and a whole bunch of record. So this type of protocol basically is a really good program for you to stay fit, for you to follow best practices that is also backed by study and science, for your sleep, for your exercise programs, whether it's hardcore or whether it's just on a day-to-day basis. So I have created this template, and now we are just going to have a walkthrough of the entire template, and later on I'm going to discuss and actually explain to you why I chose Notion for this. So also, side note, I also have experience in using other types of management software such as Trello, such as Asana, such as ClickUp. But with Notion, it is an all-in-one tool. So you can create documents that can be presented in this type of way, which is you're going to see with Notion. And for those of you who actually have experience with Notion already, perhaps this might give you insight to what Notion is capable of as of this moment, because they just continue to, you know, increase the features that they have on their software. So this is the fitness protocol. As you can see, it's part in my physical health. This is within my own Notion workspace. So I have designed my workspace in a way where I can track the things and aspects in my life. So I have one for just basically my business, the Notion stuff. I have one for my home and family to keep track of things. I also just have a database of my entire family with their birthdays, some information about them. So it's just general information where you don't want to share something very personal if you are kind of paranoid. Although Notion has a encryption system and just some kind of protection to your data, just you just want to use an offline application or anything that is, if you are fond of blockchain, you can use a tool that has this kind of centralization storage system. But again, back to fitness protocol. So this is the PDF. If you click on this, basically Notion, you can add files, and within those files, you can access a lot of stuff. So you can also upload one or two or more files. You can also create embed links. If you have a Google Drive folder, you can embed the Google Drive folder and just paste it here in one single document, so that for anyone accessing the same page, it's easy for them to also access those files. And basically here below that, so we have our um, PDF right here to give more context about the protocol, to give more information about what we're following actually, and there is a database below it. So with Notion, you can create a simple table, but from that simple table, you can turn it into something more powerful. And with Notion Update, just within the year, they introduced the recurring tasks. So you see, this is a perfect example of why I chose Notion, because my use case is actually to recreate a program where I can be able to keep track of doing this daily tasks, because this is a 7-day protocol that I can do 7 days a week. So there's no lap, there's no overlap in there. And within each page, because okay, going to the very basic function and features of Notion. When you create a database, you are presented with a table. Now these tables have properties. These are properties. So each property, if you take a look at the table, there are columns, right? So the more columns you add, it is called properties. So these properties have their own features and functions. So say for example, I create a new property, then Notion has a specific type of property that you can create. Now, some are advanced, but the very basic ones are, texts, numbers, selects, multi-selects, and a bunch of stuff. So in this case, what I need basically is just to name the the workout title so that I can distinguish it from day 1, day 2, day 3. I can add the level of difficulty by adding a new column, create a select property, I guess, and date of training, something like that, and then there's done. So now I just have this. Now these are already recurring in my database. So as you can see, if I click here, it is repeating every week. So it is repeating every Monday of the week. Now I can create a time where it actually gets added to the database, but with some applications, say for example with Trainerize and just a whole bunch of workout applications out there, they have this kind of similar function. Now, this gets very useful if you're using your mobile phone, because Notion can be accessed through mobile phone. It's just it actually depends on the people who's using Notion in mobile phone, just if they can work with the UI of the Notion app here. But whatever floats your boat, if you can actually manage, then it's fine. In my case, it doesn't look very bad. So if I open my fitness protocol page, there is a recur. These day 1 is recurring every Monday. Day 2 is recurring every Tuesday. Day 3 is recurring every Wednesday. This and that. So as you can see, this day 1, day 2, day 3, and a whole bunch of just a lot of them here. They get presented this way. Now each of these, because we are on a gallery view, and I just like to point out that tables can be presented in multiple views. So you can choose gallery, you can choose table, board, timeline. But before we just get into the very details again, um, going back to the very first use case, which is to create a fitness program that would recur on the date that the the specific kind of training needs to be initiated. So if today's Wednesday, then the Wednesday would pop up in my foundational fitness protocol. So basically all of the done, they should not be, we can create filters right here. So anything that has been finished should not be in this database, although they are in the database, they are just not shown or displayed, right? So, okay, let's say for example today's Wednesday, and it just pops up right there because of the recurring function of the database. Now, if I open it up, I can see a whole bunch of information. So now, if just in case I need information, I need details, and I need more context about what to do today and what is the purpose of it, then I can read through. And then once it's done, I can just check it off, and then there you have it. I've completed today. And for tomorrow, I have this. This is a template that I created where I have a very detailed explanation of things with references to videos. Because, okay, say for example for torso and neck resistance training, this is for every fourth I start my day. Day one is Monday. Day four is Thursday. And then there's this. So I have a description right here. I know which muscles I'm focusing on this specific day of training. And then these are, muscle group. I have specific kind of exercises. So there is a lengthened position for each exercise and there is a shortened position for each exercise. Now, I did not create this. Um, this is from Andrew Huberman's fitness protocol. Okay, so basically this is the flow of the training for the day. So 10-minute warm up. So just a simple checklist like this. So when you access your phone and it pops up, okay, today you'll have to do this. You just click on it, and then this kind of page appears on your phone. So you can just scroll down, and at the bottom of it, specific types of training. So when you're in the gym and you are just looking at your checklist, okay, I need to do 10 minutes warm up. I need to do an incline press. What is incline press? I just need to go up, scroll up, incline press right here, the chest, and then I have this kind of template, which is I already took the um, related video for specific type of exercise that is part of this training. So I can just watch this, even my mobile phone. So you see, um, let's just do a quick developer tool to see how it looks like. So this is how it looks like in a phone. As you scroll down, okay, yeah. So as you scroll down, you can click that toggle. So basically, this is what you focus on. I have finished my 10-minute warm up. Now I need to do an incline press. Just need to scroll up, incline press. What do I need to do for incline press? It gets presented like this. I play it, and then it's done. So once I study it quite a bit, I just do it, and then continue to just proceed with finishing off the remaining exercises. And then once it's done, I go home and then I prepare for, whether I do my work, whatever that is that I need to do for the rest of the day, then I do it. So now, going back to the foundational fitness protocol, you can use this database actually because you can open it and you can do some kind of monitoring. So, date of training is today. Date of training is on the 7th. Date of training is on the 8th. So, if I can then add a calendar view, and then I can see what's upcoming for these kind of exercises. And now I can also see this, the exercises that I did during the last few days, weeks. If I take a look at this, and if I take a look at the table, I can see what I have finished, and maybe there are some days that I was not able to do a specific type of training. So, going back to the fitness protocol, basically that's it. Now, it's not easy to create something like this with simple spreadsheet. You can do simple tracking, but then again, you have to refer a specific document from Google Docs that explains the details of the said training. And in order for you to track that, you use a spreadsheet, and then you have some kind of table like this. So that is the problem. Now, you know, as a as we have just gone through explaining the template and a bit of Notion's functions, then you must have an idea already about why we are using Notion for this type of use case. Not only for this type of use case, but when you create systems that are customized for your own needs, I am not sure about any other software. There is Coda that is similar with Notion, but no, you can use Coda, you can use Notion, you can use other apps. There is, you can create checklists in Markdown applications such as Obsidian, and also some, Remnote. There are habit tracking applications. I think Bear in mobile is also good. Personally, I use Things. The thing with Things is that it's just a basic to-do list, but it is very good. But if you are creating some kind of course where you need to keep track of things, you have recurring stuff, and actually if you want to make this a template and share it to your peers, to the people you love, that you care about, where you think this kind of document is helpful, then obviously Notion is your go-to. So we're using Notion because this is very flexible. Um, we were able to create days, a feature or a property that can determine that the said training has been completed. We can write a day summary that we can take a look at in a table view if you are doing weekly review. Say, for example, each Friday or each Saturday or Sunday, you take a look at just the last 7 days, and then you take a quick look about the kind of stuff that you have completed. Then there you go. And also you can add more properties to indicate your type of mood, your type of satisfaction for doing the said training, what hardships you were able to experience, some struggles during that kind of training, that you can use the data for you to be able to improve in the next time, the next training, or just your life in general. So, yes, I think just showing you the template and actually, whether you use this database to keep track of your recurring stuff, or just to present an entire idea of how this kind of 7-day protocol works, then Notion has already solved that kind of use case. Because for anyone that goes here, they just click this, then they know what to do. Because, okay, let's take a quick comparison to these two right here. You have the Foundational Fitness Protocol, which is from Andrew Huberman, and this is the official document that he published on his website. And then we created a system because my use case here is really to be able to track and be able to have recurring days. And that would just simply explain what do I need to do today, and just a checklist of the things that I need to do and complete and accomplish, so that, at least I'm sure that I am following the protocol. So as you can see, with this simple document, you can just, you know if you have not been introduced to Notion, if you're doing just pen and paper, then you might just have a checklist, or in your calendar you might just check those boxes right there. But with this, you have a more detailed way of actually tracking this. So the recurring feature and function would save you a lot of time. So at least if the day comes, it will just pop up right in your database. And when you look at it, then you know what you do for today. So basically, it's it. Uh, Now that we have talked about it, so you can see that it is not only this kind of fitness protocol that you can create and customize in Notion, including your fitness tracking, your habit tracking, your finances, your tasks. And since Notion is a collaborating tool where you can invite guests and team members to come in and collaborate with tasks where they can see certain information, they can see the database, they can change statuses here, they can change, they can click done if they want to, if you give them that access to. So it transform this kind of simple tool for the user into something that can escalate and scaled greatly. So basically that's it. We might not have talked about the very basics and functions of Notion, but this type of training, this is available, for anyone that actually needs it. In my case, I need it very badly so that, if I get to a point where I don't have a coach, which is, as of the moment, I don't have one. So I need to find the best ways possible to live on a daily basis. So, because we just learn about it. Now that there are these kind of information that is available, then I created a template for it, and I'm really hoping to follow it in whenever I'm ready. So things like that, right? So this system that I created is it's just a matter of discipline and really when you are going to start. But for anyone who wants to have, or anyone who is actually following already the fitness protocol, then this template is kind of available, and it's also very helpful and useful so that they can keep track. Because the good thing about people who just pushes to do things is that they get something done. But if there is no system that complements those hard work and effort, then while it is actually useful because they get to the place they want to be, it's just that some kind of information that can be very useful, things you learn along the way and things you might not have put focus on or put your attention on, then you can actually track it down here to make better decisions in the future. So that is the main point of showing you the template and showing you what Notion is capable of in this kind of use case. But you already have an idea of what Notion can do. So for course creators, for professionals who do kind of consultation, who do kind of study and have some kind of programs, Notion is a very good tool for everyone. So yeah, I hope you got enough information and quite a keen interest to this application. But other than that, um, I believe that this fitness protocol, uh, I was able to fully utilize Notion to be able to create my own system like this. So you can already imagine how it can scale up, what type of other systems I have. You can, you're free to imagine that. If someone like me was able to create something like this, what type of other systems do I still have in my Notion? So just a quick look on my workspace. This is what I have. So each of these pages have their own dedicated information. Some are links and stuff like that. But you already see that I have this space that is organized and is very helpful whenever I need to review a lot of stuff. I need to see what I need to do, and it takes a lot of time to be able to process it and to actually get used to this kind of system because when you don't set it up properly, it gets messier. So that is the only downside and the risk if you are just continuously tweaking without really putting effort and thought into architecturing and designing your own information architecture. So that's it. Thank you for watching. And if you want to have a copy of the template, you can just send me a message. I'm available on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram. So once again, Jules Alba signing off. Cheers.